Donald Trump just posted on Truth Social minutes ago, and what he said could end this war tonight or restart it by morning. Today is Friday, May 29th, 2026. Here is everything that has happened in the last hour. Trump posted directly on his official Truth Social account, responding to all the speculation published last night by Axios, CNN, and the New York Times about the details of a draft agreement with Iran. He confirmed that a deal framework exists and outlined the conditions. Watch this.
We begin with potential progress to end the war with Iran. Trump administration sources suggest a tentative agreement has been reached, but it still requires final approval from President Trump. The Memorandum of Understanding would extend the ceasefire by 60 days and begin talks over Tehran's nuclear program. Iran has also not yet given its final approval. Vice President J.D. Vance admits the sides are getting very close, but they're not there yet.
Well, I think it's hard to say exactly when or if the president's going to sign the MOU. We're going back and forth on a couple of language points. I do think that we've made a lot of progress here. It's very clear that I think the Iranians, they want a deal.
First condition, the Strait of Hormuz must be fully opened with zero transit fees imposed by Iran or any other party. Second, Trump announced he is lifting the American naval blockade on Iran. The ships that have been detained in the region can now begin returning home to their families. Third, Iran will not develop a nuclear weapons program. The nuclear material, what Trump called nuclear dust, that was destroyed by B-2 stealth bombers in the Midnight Hammer operation last June, will be handed over to the United States. Fourth, Iran will destroy the remaining mines in the Strait of Hormuz after the U.S. Navy already cleared a significant portion of them. Fifth, the International Atomic Energy Agency will supervise whatever remains of Iran's nuclear material. And finally, Trump said that within the coming hours, he will enter the operations room to make his final decision on whether a deal is confirmed. The draft agreement that leaked in recent hours described a 60-day ceasefire followed by negotiations on Iran's nuclear program, its ballistic missile program, the opening of the Strait of Hormuz, and the lifting of the naval blockade. But Trump specifically denied one element that had been reported, that Iran would receive financial payments as part of the deal. This is a deeply sensitive point for Trump personally. One of his loudest criticisms of Obama's 2015 nuclear agreement was that cash was transferred to Iran. He has referred to it repeatedly as pallets of cash delivered to the regime. Reports had suggested Iran was seeking the release of frozen assets worth as much as $20 billion. Trump's post made clear no money will be transferred to Iran at this stage. What was not addressed in Trump's post is another development discussed this morning, that Jared Kushner and Steve Witkoff have been discussing a $300 billion real estate investment fund as part of a broader economic framework with Iran. Whether Trump announces those details after the operations room meeting remains to be seen. Meanwhile, U.S. Defense Secretary Hegseth was with American troops this morning delivering a stark message. Either Iran comes to the table and accepts what President Trump has proposed, or Iran faces the heroes of the United States military. Iran's response came almost immediately. Mohammad Bagher Ghalibaf, Speaker of the Iranian Parliament and head of the Iranian negotiating delegation, posted on his official X account stating that Iran negotiates from a position of strength and does not make concessions. He dismissed what he called all the statements circulating as nothing more than wishful thinking. So here is where things stand right now on Friday evening Cairo time. Trump has publicly outlined deal terms and announced the lifting of the naval blockade. Iran's chief negotiator has publicly rejected the framing and reaffirmed Iran's position of strength. A draft 60-day ceasefire agreement has been circulating in the media. The operations room meeting is happening now, and before this night is over, there will either be an announcement of a final agreement or both sides return to war. The next few hours are the most consequential since this conflict began.